In this short video, I'm going to cover XJO index, which is an Australia headline index, the main index analysis, a weekly analysis. When I'm recording this video, it's 23rd of March 2022. Please make a note of that. And then we're going to go deep dive into index and why do we have to do this and why should you study? If you are an individual investor or do it yourself investor, you need to know, or you have invested in managed fund, mutual fund, or any other way you are participating in equity market, you also need to understand the trend of the index as a whole. And underlying stocks can behave differently, and whether if the index is overall in bullish phase, bullish trend, in the individual stocks can also correlate that or could go against that or probably going upwards trajectory or downward trajectory. It is very important to get that view from top down and also look at the individual stocks, how are they performing against the index. And this is how most of the fund managers are tracking their portfolio against a specific index. Now, if you want to become your own fund manager, I think it's prudent that you also follow the same approach to understand the trend and then take the right decision. So there are many advantages to that. Hence, I do that weekly analysis and share with you. Again, completely a disclaimer which I shared at the start of the video. It is for education purposes only. And if you have any comments, about what you're liking for these videos, please do share on the comment box below. Let's get started. So as you can see here, let me get the index for XJO. Again, when I'm recording this video, I want to call that out. This is basically a monthly chart. So this is a monthly chart which I'm recording this video, and I have made no logs there so that you're clear. Sorry, this is there, and it is a monthly chart. And so what you can see here, as I'm pointing out, this particular month has been going very strong. We've got few more days before we can close this March candle, and that is where I think the crux of matter lies. Looks like we are going to be opening up in a very or closing this month in a very bullish candle, which is a strong bullish candle, which you can see here. So, and that has been in the past. If you look at it here, when it had a COVID downfall here, we had a strong close where it had no little wick. So, which is also kind of here we have very small wick at the top. Let's see how it closes, and then we'll do the month end analysis separately. So, looking like a bullish view at the moment from the market perspective, from the XJO. Let's look at the weekly candle. Now, there were some key levels which you can see here. I've been sharing my view when the trend was there. And the moving averages which I have put here, the light blue or the sky blue color is 11 months, 11 weeks moving average, exponential moving average. It doesn't matter whether you're using moving average or exponential moving average. And why do we put this? And it's very, very important that to understand. Though I'm mainly look at the price action, but moving averages also kind of gives you that perspective of the trend and make that decision. And I started using this to get some analysis when the trend or the probably the market is bottoming out, and you can make the right decisions based on that. So if you look at it here, I put to 11 and 21 just because they are Fibonacci number, nothing more to it. Market has been, so if you stay with me on this one, I want to again highlight, we have been talking about, so if you see here, there was a downfall, so it went up. I'll reduce the pen size so that's clear. It always moves. Yep, it went up, went down, then it always goes in and then goes in sideways, then it take a break and then goes sideways, then it went up and then it take a swing low, right? And then it is kind of in sideways zone and then it had a breakdown. Now market is kind of consolidating for last couple of weeks, and one of the first thing was this. And what is important for me to note is this pivot was a very important pivot, and market has closed above that this week, which is great. And if you look at my past videos, if you look at my past videos, I have been calling out the key levels, and one of this level was that one market, if on a weekly basis, if it closed above, then probability is higher that the market is trending upwards. Again, it's all probability things. I can't say how the market will open next week, and because of geopolitical situation which is going on with Russia and Ukraine, one has to factor that in, and this is important that you mark those candles on those when there was a breakdown. And this is probably one where there was a war which was announced, and then there was a breakdown here, and now markets kind of factoring in that nothing much gonna happen and things will be coming to normal. And even though the war has been going on extended, but it's not going to turn out into World War III kind of scenario. But anything can happen in future. Nobody can predict that. But that's what the market participants are doing. Now we had this bottom which is there, and this was swing high. So this is close, which is great. So looks like that we are out of the woods, at least from the closing perspective. I want to see how it sustains, above this. So this becomes our kind of a key support. From the polarity principle, this becomes can be becoming a support here. And also, as you can see here, the moving averages, right? The 11 weeks moving average is trying to trend up. Let me try and zoom it so that it's clear. Which is also can, as I said, it also tells you. So I would see this going up and this going below, because that's where you see there's a healthy trend. The short moving average is 11 weeks, and 21 weeks needs to go up, and then it stays above. So there's a crossover which is expected if it market trends up. So after consolidating, after this fall, oops, I don't know why it happens. Yeah, cool. After this fall, it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is seventh, and now 8th week we are giving the breakout. As you can see, this low is 6758.2, and market consolidated around this level, which is around between 69 and 70, so which is kind of becomes an absolute strong support zone for us. Now this was a swing, and it went down and didn't close, so now it's moving up. So it's, if you look at the Dow theory, it is making a high kind of formation, which is also a good sign as well. So this becomes our immediate support, and this is the second support, and the first one we have to see whether it can sustain this level between 7308 and 7406. So all in all, good sign from the market side. As I have already shared my view, I was maintaining it, and every opportunity we have to look at buy on dips, because trend is still positive. So just to repeat my view, I think though it is on sideways, I have always had a cautious and positive outlook in terms of we always have to take the opportunity and look for individual stocks which you're buying, and seeing whether how they're trending against the vis-a-vis the market index. And some of them might flatten out, and all you have to do is just use those opportunity to buy on those dips, and those stocks which are showing strength, you have to take the opportunity and add on to this kind of volatility. And with that, as I said, if you're an investor, volatility should be your best friend, as always you're saying. So, and that's where you get best opportunity to get the great businesses at the great price. All right. So I will not talk about specific stocks. I'm going to make a separate video on the stocks for the week going forward. Earlier, I used to talk about stocks in the same video as well, but I thought I got some feedback that we should use a separate one so that we can keep them two separate. So will upload another video specifically on stocks for the week, which you can track. Okay. Until next week, I would say a goodbye to you. And if you are liking our contents, I would appreciate if you can give a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you get notified for such videos when I release in future, and also feeds into the Google algorithm and help our channel. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Happy investing.